If you look around Bangkok on Google Maps, you'll find a mysterious landmark just next to Rama VIII Bridge. It's called Old Palace Wall, and that's all the explanation you're given. There's no Wikipedia link or summary, just photos and a few vague reviews. This is the wall itself. It's certainly old, mostly constructed with these classic narrow bricks that you see in historical structures all over Thailand. There are trees and plants growing over and through it, and it leans slightly in a way that wouldn't pass modern building regulations. But the only information boards around here are about the bridge, and they don't mention any palaces. Which is a pity, because there's an interesting story behind this wall that ties it indirectly to the Emerald Buddha in the Grand Palace. The year is 1779. Spain has joined the American Revolutionary War on the side of the French and Americans, beginning the Great Siege of Gibraltar. Famous explorer Captain James Cook took the theft of a boat by Hawaiians rather personally, and is killed while trying to kidnap their ruling chief. And in England, Samuel Crompton is perfecting the spinning mule, which is not nearly as funny as it sounds. At the same time, General Tongduang Chulalok of the Thonburi Kingdom of Siam is on the warpath. It's been an extremely confusing few decades, which will be the subject of future videos. The short version is that Siam is recovering from the Burmese invasion of 1765 to 1767, which brought about the violent end of the 417-year Ayutthaya Kingdom. A young General Sin, formerly governor of Tak Province, gathered enough followers and forces to retake the highly strategic town of Thonburi, proclaiming himself King Taksin of the Thonburi Kingdom. In the following years he took back the rest of Siam, and then turned his attention to Laos and the splintered factions of the former Lanjiang Kingdom, now vassal states of the Burmese. So began the Lao-Siamese War of 1778 to 1779. That again is a big subject and worth a video on its own. The important part for our story is the final battle, the siege and fall of Vientiane. General Chulalok and his brother Surasai led a combined Siamese and Cambodian force up the Mekong River from the south, while Laotians from Luang Prabang attacked from the north. The siege lasted for about 4 months, ending on the 28th of September 1779, after the King of Vientiane secretly fled with 2 of his sons. He left at least 1 daughter and 3 other sons behind, including the 12-year-old Onuvong. He also left 2 famous Buddha images, one of which was the Emerald Buddha. All of these, a lot of loot, and about 10,000 Laotians were brought back to Bangkok by the returning Siamese army. And we're finally back at what these walls are all about. This was part of Bang Yi Khan Palace, which was also known as Chow Lao Palace or sometimes Chow Anuvong Palace. Chow in Thai can mean lord or prince or princess, so it is to do with royalty. Despite being hostages, the Lao royals were still treated according to their rank, and they were granted land and palaces by King Taksin, including this one for the young Prince Onuvong. Believe it or not, these narrow bricks counted as large size for the time, showing the importance of the building and its occupant. Unfortunately, there is very little information available about the palace itself. It was mentioned in the travelogue Niras Wang Bang Yi Khan, Journey to Bang Yi Khan Palace, by the famous poet Kun Pum, and it was described as being in a deteriorating condition. That's hardly surprising though. The poem was written over 100 years after the fall of Vientiane, and follows the granddaughter and great-granddaughter of Anuvong visiting an aging relative now living in the palace. As for Anuvong himself, he was installed as Vice King of Vientiane in 1795 by the former General Chulalok, now King Rama I, the first of the Chakri dynasty that still sits on the Thai throne to this day. On a number of occasions, Vice King Anuvong led Lao armies in support of the Siamese against Burmese invasions, winning several key victories and gaining a reputation for his bravery. In 1805, following the death of his older brother, he was appointed as the full King of Vientiane. In 1826, after 21 years on the throne, King Anuvong rebelled against the Siamese rule of Laos. The rebellion was not a success. Within 2 years, Vientiane was utterly destroyed, and Anuvong was captured and transported back to Bangkok, this time in much less luxurious accommodations. Being over 60 years old by this time, his severe punishment would eventually cause his death on the 12th of November 1828.